There were three things that I was looking for when I chose my phenology spot: dead things, moss, and a good place to hang a hammock. But over the course of the semester, I found so much more. My phenology spot is right where the forest meets the bog, where the towering hemlock becomes stunted balsam fir. My first visit was beneath the icy blanket of winter. The tall forest trees could shake the thick snow from their branches, but the tiny ones in the bog were still trapped beneath an icy sheath. The trees were one of the first things that I took notice of at my phenology spot, and so I took an inventory. 13 hemlock, 11 balsam fir, 4 white pine, 5 dead ones. The hemlock and some white pine stood tall in the forest, soaking up the low, moist soil. The balsam fir and the rest of the white pine stood stunted in the acidity of the bog. Though the trees in the bog may be small, they could still be very old. The bog floor consisted mostly of leatherleaf, a common Northwoods evergreen bog plant. It serves as food for some moth and butterfly larvae. Leatherleaf is also known to occur commonly in kettle hole bog systems. These are found when large pieces of glacial ice leave a depression and then melt, creating a small, stagnant body of water. This is then filled in with peat and vegetation, creating a bog. Due to the glacial history of the area, it seems extremely likely that this bog is a kettle hole bog. The soft snow at my phenology spot made it easy to find the tracks of little red squirrels scampering from tree to tree. Apart from the calls of the birds, red squirrel tracks were the only sign of animal activity. My phenology spot was also quite bare of greenery in the cold weather. Lichens were some of the only organisms coloring the understory of the forest. Some of the lichens I spotted include rough speckled shield lichen, common green shield, and my personal favorite, fluffy dust lichen. Near the end of March, as the spring thaw began, club mosses started to emerge. I found both shining fir moss and ground pine at my phenology spot. Both of these dwell in sandy, acidic, moist soil, making the edge of a Northwoods bog the perfect habitat. The melt also revealed other plants such as the eastern bracken fern, grass, and balsam fir saplings. The floor of my phenology spot also contained many mosses such as cushion moss, haircap moss, red shark, and, most importantly, sphagnum moss. Sphagnum moss is an integral part of bog and forest ecosystems. It holds large amounts of water, both containing water within the bog and preventing flooding in surrounding areas. Beneath these was a thick layer of dead, dried grasses and white pine needles from the trees above, slowly decomposing and adding to the humus layer of the soil. The very surface of the humus was freshly dried pine needles with a layer of dried leaves, likely from the last fall, below them. Under that was a layer of needles and leaves further into the decomposition process. It was finer and more heavily compressed. Below that layer was the dark, rich topsoil itself. It was interesting to see those stages of decomposition all at once. Lots of decomposers were also present at my phenology spot. The largest of the dead trees was home to smoky polypore and mossy maize polypore, two types of fungi. Polypores are fungi with tubes or pores on their bottom. They generally are found on trees where they consume wood, but sometimes they are mycorrhizal with trees and instead grow on the ground. They are extremely instrumental in both carbon dioxide production and nutrient cycling in forests. The open ground revealed many animal dens around my phenology spot. I wasn't able to definitively identify them, but I hypothesized that some, particularly the ones in tree bases, could be the overwinter dens of gray squirrels who, like me, found a home here. It was powerful to watch a single spot change so much over 4 months. I was lucky to experience the wonders of winter, then to have the opportunity to watch the earth exhale the warm breath of spring. The rhythmic, cyclical music of nature is a beautiful, organized chaos, a masterpiece in which we all play a part. It is a great worldwide phenomenon, but I was able to intimately experience the fluctuations of a single location, from the tops of the trees to beneath the soil, and that will always stay with me, no matter how far I go.